Why was economic aid a powerful Cold War influence tool? Imagine a world where countries could be won over not just with armies, but with money and promises of development. During the Cold War, economic aid became a key way for superpowers to shape the world. It was a way to extend influence without firing a shot. The United States and the Soviet Union used this tool to support governments, build alliances, and fight against the spread of communism. Instead of direct conflict, they poured resources into countries to sway their political choices. This approach was central to Cold War strategies, where economic resources helped win hearts and minds. Countries struggling after colonial rule or were needed financial help to rebuild. For example, after France left Vietnam and the country was divided, the United States started giving billions of dollars in economic aid to South Vietnam. This aid aimed to create a stable, non-communist government that could resist North Vietnam and the Viet Cong. Over the years, billions went into building roads, schools, and hospitals, all meant to boost the economy and show the benefits of aligning with the West. Economic aid served many strategic purposes in Vietnam. It helped make the South Vietnamese government look legitimate by funding public services and infrastructure. This was meant to improve living standards and reduce support for communist insurgents. The aid was also tied to military support, helping South Vietnam sustain its war effort. Money was used to buy weapons, train soldiers, and support logistics. This was especially important during the Vietnamization policy, which aimed to shift combat duties to South Vietnamese forces while still providing financial backing. Another reason economic aid was so powerful was its soft power effect. It created dependencies and goodwill, making countries more likely to side with the United States. This was especially useful because direct military intervention was costly and risky. Offering economic benefits was a way to compete with the Soviet Union and China by providing an alternative development path and material benefits. The Cold War strategy of containment aimed to stop communism from spreading. Economic aid was a key tool in this effort. It helped strengthen non-communist countries both economically and politically, creating a buffer zone against communist expansion. Supporting South Vietnam was part of this plan, making it a barrier against North Vietnam and its allies. Even after the Vietnam War ended, economic aid continued to play a role. It shifted toward rebuilding efforts, like clearing unexploded bombs and addressing health crises. This helped normalize relations and keep influence alive in a reunified Vietnam. In the end, economic aid was a powerful tool because it shaped the political and economic future of countries without always resorting to war. It was a way for superpowers to support allies, counter opposing ideologies, and build long-term relationships aligned with their goals. In Vietnam's case, economic aid helped sustain the South Vietnamese government, supported military efforts, and later helped in reconstruction efforts. It was a key part of the broader Cold War effort to contain communism and expand influence around the world.